Well, it is hot this week, and that only means that football is right around the corner because you can't have football without the heat in Arizona. Welcome on into Bleacher Talk. I'm Jordan Spurgeon alongside Claudia Collins, trying to stay cool today, but we've got a pretty cool show coming up. Adam Beadle is going to join us later in the show, talking about all the things that he knows and a little bit about his journey being at Cronkite now, only a freshman, kind of crazy, but he is doing so many awesome things in this space. So I'm excited to talk to him. And Claudia, camp season's around the corner, so we've got a camp to talk about today.
Yes, of course, the HBCU camp. I was out there last year. It was super successful. And this is a thing that's just getting started. So we're bringing Brittany Buckles on to talk a little bit more about the growth of this camp and really the meaning behind it, because at the end of the day, it's for the kids, it's for the opportunities. So here's Brittany Buckles on the upcoming HBCU camp. Well, we're joined now by Brittany Buckles to talk about the second annual HBCU high school football camp. I was out there last year and it was such a great turnout, especially for a first time camp. So, kind of looking at what you did last year going into this year, what are your expectations this time around?
Yeah, yeah. So thank you guys again for having me on this and just supporting this HBCU camp. It's such a big deal to have you guys support this. So thank you, first of all. And, we're really excited about this one. So the expectation is to just continue to grow. So a couple of things that we did new this year is we added the rising seniors again, so the 2026 class, but we added the 2025s and JUCOs as well. So this opens it up and gives it more opportunity for the kids in Arizona, and then it just makes it more beneficial for the colleges that are coming too, because that was one of the things that they had said, like, hey, can we see who's up and coming and who we can take right now? So that we're hoping to possibly double our number of athletes from last year from about 32 to 60. So that would be exciting. And we also have already almost doubled our college participation. So that's super exciting for us this year too. So last year we had a total of like 6 schools that participated the whole, just for the event. And this year we actually have 6 brand new schools that are attending. So that's really exciting for us. So we're always hoping to grow that college number as well. So doubling, doubling Spurge and Claudia. That's what we want to do. Double. Big thing.
Yeah, you stack that every year. Next thing you know, it's a number you can't even recognize
I
years in.
know.
So that's exciting. Um, adding more, like you were mentioning, with the rising seniors and the 2025s and JUCOs, was that stuff that you got just from feedback from coaches and those involved last year, or was it ideas that you were kind of thinking of anyways? Like, how did that come about?
Yeah, so that's a good question. It was really actually feedback from the coaches because it was nice that I could actually spend some time with them on the field while they were analyzing and evaluating the kids. And that was one of the things I asked them, like it's really important to have the colleges there for the athletes here. So what is it that I can do to make it better? What will, enhance it for you guys as well? And they all said the same thing. They really thought the camp was great. They said the athletes were really outstanding, and James McKinley and the Papago Pumas, the way they ran the camp was just really outstanding. But they really wanted to see not just the kids that were up and coming, but the kids that they could actually grab right now. You guys are so familiar with the portal and the roster changes and how everything changes all the time, that there's an opportunity for kids that are still unsettled in that 2025 class and those JUCO kids to have a spot on the roster. So they really wanted to see who they could grab at this moment.
I'm glad you brought up even just the coaching from last season with the Papago Pumas, because that was actually for me one of the first times that I had really been face to face with them as well. And honestly, one of the biggest takeaways for me being out at the camp was just the way it was run, because it was kind of this mix of being super serious, but also a really fun environment, which I mean, when
Mm-hmm.
you hear camp, that's what it's supposed to be, right? At the same
Yeah.
time. So I wanted to point out that the coaching was absolutely phenomenal last season, and the athletes, of course, were just as great. But what I want to ask a little bit more about is, who is it that can attend? Because we don't want this to sound right like it's an exclusive opportunity for students. Who do you want signing up outside of that 2025, 2026 range? And why is this specifically a mission for you and important to you to get these HBCUs out here to Arizona?
Yeah. So all the athletes in Arizona really want to. This is not the type of camp where You're coming here for only seeing the 4 stars and 5 stars. It's a camp that's inclusive to everybody. If you're highly recruited or just starting the recruiting process, if you just want to come out and get some good coaching and see what a college environment is like, because like you mentioned, the Papago Pumas run this so outstanding. And if you just want to come out and see what this is about, or how about you just want to come out and talk to some coaches, it's your first time, and so you want to go shake some hands, and just try it out and see what it's like. Maybe you want to go to college and play, maybe you don't. So this is just that opportunity for everyone to just come out, and just show what you have and use this opportunity to learn something, whether it's on a football field or just even networking. Those are things you have to do your whole life. So even just coming out and shaking hands and networking. So we just want all the kids to feel comfortable coming out. And the HBCU piece is just so important to me and my family because, as you know, I graduated from Howard. My husband graduated from Howard. I played volleyball there. My husband played baseball there. My sister played volleyball with me at Howard. And it's such it's an amazing experience. It's an ongoing experience. I still have my best friends are on a group chat, and it's a 30-year relationship, friendship. So I want that type of opportunity for all the kids, my kids, all the kids to experience that and to come learn about the Black colleges. And they're Division I, they're Division II. There's so much just opportunity there, and it's just exciting for people to know that that exists and it's an option for them. And they're so far, they're all on the East Coast and the South, and so sometimes they don't come out here and recruit, so we don't get to know about them as much. But this is just an opportunity now to open it up to everyone to come learn something about the HBCUs and network. So. Yeah. And you know what, Claudia, Terry should mention that it's open for the coaches too, the high school coaches. So Jason Jewell has been so awesome with helping me to get this information out to the high school coaches. And we have a networking event for the coaches afterwards. So it's a lunch for the high school coaches and the college coaches so that they can sit around and build a pipeline and start that relationship and talk to each other and talk about the kids that were at the camp or introduce the kids that didn't come to the camp, that they're on their team. So it's just a great chance for everybody to come out and learn.
You went right where I was going because I saw that on X too. Coaches wondering about, the connections they can make. And obviously that's important because for coaches, one, they need connections so they can find schools for their kids. And two, some coaches they want to move up to the college level. And that's great. They should. Everybody should want to strive to move forward. So it's an opportunity for them too. I love that you mentioned that. So I'll go here instead. Registration. How do they go ahead and register if parents are looking and they want to tell their kids, or if somebody's looking right now and they want to attend, how do they register?
That's a perfect question. Thank you for asking that. So they can go right onto our website. It's hbcucamp.com. So hbcucamp.com. And all the information is on there. They can register, and then they can see highlights from the 2024 camp too, so they get an idea of what to expect and what the kids said from the camp last year and what the coaches were saying. So all of our information is on there. We're also, something new we did this year too was we are a 501c3 now. Love and Good Deeds supports that. So I think one of the things I mentioned to you guys in the past was wanting to be able to support the Black colleges because the dollars that they have for recruiting and coming out here is so limited. So we were able to start that 501c3. So that gives us an opportunity to raise money so that the colleges can come out. So we've been able to give out 6 $500 stipends to the colleges for travel. So I think that helped be able to bring out more schools. But you can read that information on the website too at hbcucamp.com.
When I started to compete, they told me I should stop. When I came in dead last, they told me I should stop. When colleges didn't recruit me, they told me I should stop. What they didn't know is that I am unstoppable.
Let us help you be unstoppable with your financial goals at desertfinancial.com.
The Valley of the Sun will roar to life this spring.
This ought to get pretty wild here.
Why is that, you may ask? Because NASCAR is coming to Phoenix, and it's going to be a weekend of good vibes the whole family won't forget. The best-in-class fan experience meets racing's toughest drivers for 3 days of action on and off the track, all surrounded by the beautiful Estrella Mountains.
Oh yeah, baby, let's go!
Get your tickets now at phoenixraceway.com.
This is a Santan Ford announcement.
Santan Ford has over 1,600 new cars and trucks in stock. All models are priced for immediate sale to make room for more arrivals. Don't wait. Head to Tim Hovey's Santan Ford in Gilbert.
We are Santan Ford.
Nothing brings people and families together faster than sharing food. Great friends, memories, and good times. For over 2 generations, Valle Luna has served you the food that brought you together, and we've been proud to do so. We're fortunate to have been a part of so many stories, gatherings, and traditions that continue on today and will tomorrow. Start a tradition of your own. Come taste authentic Sonoran-style food with your family and friends here with us at Valle Luna.
Visit us at Harrah's Auction Casino in the city of Maricopa, where you'll find play for all and friendly people ready to welcome you like family.
Welcome back, you two.
As the official sponsor of Play and the only casino in Arizona with Caesars Rewards, see what a difference it makes to play where your fun is our top priority. Harrah's Auction Casino. Play for all.
What would you need to experience life in full motion? Expertise to provide the best care, unsurpassed training and technique. It requires the best orthopedic surgeons. Ortho Arizona.
When I started to compete, they told me I should stop. When I came in dead last, they told me I should stop. When colleges didn't recruit me, they told me I should stop. What they didn't know is that I am unstoppable.
Let us help you be unstoppable with your financial goals at desertfinancial.com.
Welcome back to Bleacher Talk. I'm Jordan Spurgeon alongside Claudia Collins, and now joining us as promised, Adam Beadle. And Adam, we wanted to talk to you today because, people need to know who you are. You are becoming a leader in this space, in the high school football space and high school sports media space. You're over there at Hypermark doing great work. You're at Cronkite, getting your degree, but you are doing a phenomenal job. So off the top, I just want to give you your flowers and just say the floor is yours.
I appreciate that. Yeah. I've always watched the show. I'm a big Bleacher Talk fan. I always tune in. So now it's cool to be on it. It's cool.
Absolutely. For you, Adam, when did you know that you wanted to be in this space in high school media or just media in general?
Oh, that's kind of tough because I started out as the PA announcer at Hamilton, and I did a lot of things there and got a lot of opportunities to do that. And that honestly kind of just started as a hobby. I had done it when I was a student at Bogle Junior High School. I would wheel out a big speaker and they'd give me a mic and I'd do PA announcing for 8th grade boys soccer because, why not? They needed a PA announcer. And so it kind of just grew into a hobby, and it was it'd be cool to do this in the high school. Obviously I had to deal with COVID a bit going into high school. So there was it was hard to get into it. And then once I was able to, I started doing basketball, I started doing softball. But in the back of my mind, I'd always known that I wanted to be a sports broadcaster. And at the time, it was kind of hard to maybe dive into some of those things because I was doing marching band as well in high school. So marching band and Friday Night Lights, those two things kind of interfere. You got to pick one or the other. And so my junior year, I decided to attend the East Valley Institute of Technology. I found a program that was focusing on radio and audio production, and they had a radio station there called 88.7 The Pulse. And credit to Dave Jude for getting me in early, getting me opportunities to get on the air, call some games, even though I wasn't really available that much. And I kind of got the role as like the student sports director too at the same time. So it was really just growing from there. And then my senior year, I was like, you know what? I think that this is what I want to do, and this is what I want to focus on. So I quit marching band, and I said, you know what? Let's dive in, go full force, and doing stuff with the Pulse, and I've just been growing ever since.
I actually think that's one of the things that really separates you and makes you special is that you were kind of doing this alongside your peers, whereas not to like, I mean, we're not that old, I'd like to say, Spencer, but at the end of the day, like you were essentially reporting on your teammates, your peers, your rivalry schools, which I think gave you a little bit of an edge. But was that ever like a hard line to figure out the difference between, I guess, let's say journalist and just friend and student?
Yeah. I was pretty good. I when I started, I was pretty good about like, not being biased towards the school that I went to. I think a couple people that know me might say some different things, but I think that I was pretty good about that. But I think it was just for me when I started out and when it was having these relationships with players, having these relationships with coaches, I think it made it a lot easier for me because one, I knew most of these players. Like I knew these guys by name basis. I've grown up with them. I've seen, I've played with them, whether, it's not tackle football in high school, but maybe it was like, I don't know, flag football in middle school or, like soccer in elementary school or, something like that. And so I think that helped. And I think also just the fact that there was someone doing the job that people much older than me were doing. And I could kind of more relate to them a little bit more because I was the same age as them. I know what they're going through on a day-to-day basis. And I think getting to know the coaches, that made it a lot easier too, in just terms of us getting to know each other because, oh, I can relate to these kids because he's just like the rest of my kids. He's trying to succeed. He's trying to do what he wants to do. And at the end of the day, he's just a kid. And so I think that made it easier as well.
And I got to say that's huge. I'm also I grew up like seventh grade is when I knew sports broadcasting was interesting to me, and then I also was in marching band in high school, so I see a little bit of my.
There we go. What did you play?
I was a trumpet player. What about you?
Okay.
Yeah.
I was on the drum line, so I played every instrument on the drum line. So
Okay, that's awesome. Where I was going with that too. So then you're also following a similar path. I'm a Cronkite grad. Claudia got her master's at Cronkite. You're there now. Sophomore now? Or you're still in your freshman year? Freshman year. That's right. Gosh, it feels like we've already seen you around for like 4 or 5 years. You're still a freshman Cronkite doing this. What's it been like just, going through journalism school and being somebody that's, I think people should have your notifications on because you were all over the high school space. I imagine your screen time is probably pretty up there from this.
Yeah,
like navigating all that.
I don't like sometimes the amount of time that I spend on my phone because I feel like it distracts me from some of the other things, I could be out in the world doing. But I think most sports journalists would say the exact same thing. But it's different. It's definitely been different. There's not many, kids. I hate using kids. There's not many young adults at Cronkite like me that have kind of had the same path that I've been on. And so it's at times been hard to find, especially when I first got here, because I got here and it's like, boom, football season. Like it's ASU, it's high school. Like I'm in my dorm 24/7, like just, doing work, not really out getting to meet anybody, getting to like explore, just around ASU. But I think as time has gone on, I think I've been able to be like a shoulder to lean on for a lot of kids that are still learning the ropes, and to have somebody, again, their exact same age, someone who is in the same classes as they are, to be like, I have a little bit of experience in this. Let me help you if you have any questions. Like I'm always so open to other freshmen. Like if you guys have any questions, like I've done a lot of this stuff before. Like I'd love to help you guys out in any way, shape, or form that I could help, because I'm all about giving back the same way people like you two gave back to me, right? Helping me out and just teaching me the ropes. People like Zach Alvira, people like Chili, people like Ralph Amson, people like Jacob Saliga. Like these are all people that have really just helped me out, and so I want to be that same person for these other people and help them out as well.
I'm going to switch gears a little bit because you are so knowledgeable in this space that we talk about, Arizona high school football. I'm just going to throw a topic at you. We got schedules out for the season. Are there any games that are really exciting for you that hey, either for Cronkite or for my own entertainment, these are some matchups I've got to be out at this season?
I think it's tough because that week 1 slate is so good. I think Basha Brophy week 1 right now is one of the games at the top of my list. It's going to be super exciting. I think there's several. It also comes into play with all these new regions that we've got. It's so odd with the southern region and the southeast region, and now Hamilton and Chandler being in the Fiesta region. It's new and exciting. And so I think the matchups that I'm most interested to see this season are the matchups that we don't normally get to see, and how those matchups, with it maybe being a region game or not, have implications on how things finish out all the way through the season. But the one matchup in particular, that Basha Brophy matchup week 1, is going to be exciting.
I think all of us have that one circled, highlighted, underscored.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a busy sideline for sure. That'll be a fun one. Spring ball too. You got any stops that you're really interested in checking out this year?
I think there's 2, definitely both on the East Valley. Really interested to see what John Roberts is doing at Mountain Point. Obviously coming over from Vista Grande. His new coaching staff that he brought in is legit. LeGarrette Blunt, one of those names, is going to be the co-offensive coordinator this season over at Mountain Point. And I'm just really excited to see what he does with that group. And I think that kind of fits along with something else from this offseason is the quarterback competitions we have throughout the state at Mountain Point. I think at Liberty, at Hamilton, at Pinnacle, that's a whole nother conversation. And then another stop I think I'll definitely make on the East Valley is Williamsfield. They have really had a big pop in Division I recruitment this offseason. Colin Campbell really had no Division I offers until the end of December. All of a sudden, all these schools came flooding in, and he shot up the charts. He's now the number 1 player. 24/7 Sports has him as the number 1 player. So I think I definitely got to get out there and see, what they're cooking over there.
Awesome, Adam. It was great having you on just to chat, pick your brain. Like Spurge said, go follow this guy because we do, and we get information from you the same way you're getting it from us and vice versa. He is absolutely, as you can tell, very knowledgeable in this space. So thanks for joining us today.
I appreciate you guys. Yeah.
When I started to compete, they told me I should stop. When I came in dead last, they told me I should stop. When colleges didn't recruit me, they told me I should stop. What they didn't know is that I am unstoppable.
Let us help you be unstoppable with your financial goals at desertfinancial.com.
It's the model year-end kickoff sales event going on now at Burge Mazda. Now's the time to save on the very latest 2025 Mazda models, like a 2025 CX-5, just $299 a month, or the versatile CX-50, just $289 a month, or save with 2.9% financing on the luxurious CX-90. Now's the time to upgrade and save at Burge Mazda during the model year kickoff event. Come in and celebrate at Burge Mazda, Baseline and Country Club.
The Valley of the Sun will roar to life this spring. Why is that, you may ask? Because NASCAR is coming to Phoenix, and it's going to be a weekend of good vibes the whole family won't forget. Get your tickets now at phoenixraceway.com.
Ortho Arizona and my journey. My knees were shot, so I had double knee replacement, and I needed one of the best in rehab. Ortho Arizona encouraged and pushed me in the process. Go to orthoarizona.org. That's orthoarizona.org.
What's up? Welcome back into Bleacher Talk. I'm Claudia Collins alongside Jordan Spurgeon. And I really think that this episode has just been a taster for what's to come because we know Arizona high school football really never sleeps. We're coming up on spring football, camp season's upon us. We're going to see guys going to camp in the middle of the summer. And then before we know it, it's going to be week 1 of Arizona high school football. And I can't wait for every little bit of it.
Yeah, Claudia, not wrong. Spring football, so excited. We've got so many stops to make, so many new coaches, returning coaches, coaches getting a shot for the first time to lead a program. So excited to meet them and their staffs and all the players throughout spring ball. You'll catch all of the coverage from us. You'll see Eliav Gabai, maybe some others on our team doing some work. Of course, the Adam Beadles of the world, follow them. They'll be all over, even more so sometimes, checking everybody out in spring ball. So we're super excited for that. More to come on Bleacher Talk in the coming weeks. So definitely, by the way, quick reminder, the HBCU camp, if you need to sign up, we have the information on the screen for you. If you liked our interview with Brittany Buckles and you want to get your kid involved, get out there. Coaches, a good place for you to kind of make connections as well. So definitely check that out. But I think that's enough yapping today. This was Bleacher Talk. We'll see you next week.
When I started to compete, they told me I should stop. When I came in dead last, they told me I should stop. When colleges didn't recruit me, they told me I should stop. What they didn't know is that I am unstoppable.
Let us help you be unstoppable with your financial goals at desertfinancial.com.
This is a Santan Ford announcement.
Santan Ford has over 1,600 new cars and trucks in stock. All models are priced for immediate sale to make room for more arrivals. Don't wait. Head to Tim Hovig's Santan Ford in Gilbert.
We are Santan Ford.
The Valley of the Sun will roar to life this spring.
This ought to get pretty wild here.
Why is that, you may ask? Because NASCAR is coming to Phoenix, and it's going to be a weekend of good vibes the whole family won't forget. The best-in-class fan experience meets racing's toughest drivers for 3 days of action on and off the track, all surrounded by the beautiful Estrella Mountains.
Oh yeah, baby! Let's go!
Get your tickets now at phoenixraceway.com.
Nothing brings people and families together faster than sharing food. Great friends, memories, and good times. For over 2 generations, Valle Luna has served you the food that brought you together, and we've been proud to do so. We're fortunate to have been a part of so many stories, gatherings, and traditions that continue on today and will tomorrow. Start a tradition of your own. Come taste authentic Sonoran-style food with your family and friends here with us at Valle Luna.
Let's talk about Venezia's Pizzeria. New York-style pizza. Oh, man, this looks so good. Pizza doughs made fresh daily, wings, subs, sandwiches, pasta. They cater, they deliver. They have 5 Valley locations. Venezia's New York-style Pizzeria.